So my buddy ACR Protect did this little challenge of this whole 3 and flee, and he told me to do it, so here I am. Now I'm going to have a few caveats on this. My choices would probably change depending on situation. If it's reached the point where I am now trying to flee my house and I'm only bringing 3 weapons with me, situation dictates which ones I'm bringing, like what caliber types and such. Now, the ones I'm going to go with today are going to be pretty much my go-to ones unless it's a different kind of situation. You can probably read between the lines as you will. So, as far as actual weapon selection for all this, the thing I'm going with is most replenishable because it's reached a point where I'm now leaving the house. If I'm leaving the safety of my own home at a point where I would have to flee, that's when I'm going to stick with things that are more common. So, stick with the trusty Beretta M9. It's empty. No rounds. But Beretta M9, it's trustworthy. We've been using it for a long time. And yeah, it's just a good pistol in general. So, that is similar to the reason why I would also probably be picking the AK. It, just in all honesty, I've left this out long enough for the dogs to look at it, and it's now got fur on it. But you want to talk about ammo that I have a decent supply of, and it'll eat whatever. I can run steel casing through that all day, and it doesn't give a damn. That thing doesn't care. Now, for the final choice. I stuck with trusty pump. It's empty. Once again, YouTube, be nice to me. But as far as shotguns go, this is a Benelli Supernova. It's about a $500 shotgun. It is very nice. It's not, yeah, people hear Benelli, they hear, oh, $2,000. No, this is a pump. It's a Benelli Supernova. It's $500. It's relatively cheap for Benelli. And as far as pump goes, it's a solid shotgun. Now, what I will say is, like, the biggest reason I picked that is because if you're at the kind of environment where you're now leaving the house, there's no more of an attention getter than hearing a slug chamber in a 12 gauge. People tend to pay attention after that. Just a thought. As far as a 3 and flee, I feel like a shotgun has to be one of your go-tos. Pump is a basic requirement. But, as I said, things can change. Situation dictates. But in that, those would be my go-to. So, personally, I think the shotgun needs to be a go-to just because it's a solid hunting weapon as well. Because if it's reached the point where I have to flee, I don't think Walmart's open for me to stop and get a burger. So I would like to be able to, get my food as I need to and as I can. And then that's why I was almost halfway tempted to just bail on the pistol entirely and just pick a hunting rifle. Picking more range over it and having the closer feel with the shotgun probably would be fine over the pistol in all honesty. But, and once again, like my everyday carry, it is a Glock. It's not that M9. But my Glock is chambered in 40 cal, and it's not as common. And if it's reached the point where I now need to leave, I'm going to stick with something that's more common. So I think that would be something you would definitely need to factor into your ideas and your plans. And I mean, you should always be a little bit prepared too, and you need to have supplies for all your weapons, all your tools. But it's definitely something that you should have in the back of your mind. Just be a little bit prepared.